Hi there, and welcome to Graham's Guide Friday Live this Friday, the 24th of November. So, Friday Live is really providing practical guidance to all students, regardless of whether you're a first timer at university or whether you've got several years of experience. Hopefully, there's some hot tips here to help you improve your grade, whatever level you may be at. So let's just move on quickly now to my agenda, which is, well, first thing on my agenda was beginner's guide, and that's just letting you know that while Friday Live is aimed at beginners, hopefully there are some hot tips here, regardless of your level. In fact, when I first went to university, I had to enter via a bridging scheme because I'd failed year 9, 10, and maybe 11 at high school. And so at the University of Melbourne, if you don't have a high school qualification, you have to enter via a bridging scheme. So I did 2 university level subjects. One was an academic skills unit, very similar to what I teach now, and the other one was a standard unit within my field of research. And I was fortunate. I did really well in in one of those two. So in the academic skills unit, I got a pass. I think I didn't do as well as I was hoping, but I did pretty good in the other one. So I understand what it's like for students who are coming who feel that they may be lacking in academic knowledge and how to research and how to write in an academic way. But hopefully here in Friday Live, you get some practical guidance, as I've said before, on how you can improve and learn while you're studying this unit. So let's move on to the assignment 2 brief, which is the next thing on my agenda. And you can see here that let's scroll down. I'll look just quickly. If you're looking for information about assignment 1, if you click on the assignment 1 test instructions, you can read through there and find out detailed information about assignment 1. And coming back, scroll down to assignment 2, communication case studies, and that's what we're concentrating on today. Here you can find that there's the assignment overview tab, assignment details, then the submission details, assignment criteria, and you can request an extension here. But you will need to fulfill the eligibility criteria to get an extension, and you can find that eligibility criteria in the Student Hub if you search on essay extensions or assignment extensions. So here in the assignment overview, it just provides, as it says, an overview of the assignment. When you click on assignment details, it provides you with pretty much all the rest of the information you will need. These are the case studies, and you can click through here to look at the different case studies and decide which one might be relevant for your future profession or your future endeavors. And also keep in mind that there's a text alternative to this is a audio recording, but if you click on the text alternative, where does that come up on my screen? I can't see it. Just a moment. No, I can't see it. Click on text alternative. Ah, here it is. I'll just bring it in. So this is the text alternative that you get if you click on that tab. And then scrolling down a bit further, for each of the case studies, there is correspondence, and you will need to review the case study correspondence for the case study you have chosen. And if you click on here, case study correspondence, it will open up, and this is the case correspondence for James is the first one, Maria, AJ, Simon, and Jill. Now, the case study correspondence is not long, but you will need to review that and analyze it and discuss it in relation to the question, which will be on spoken and unspoken messages that might be within those pieces of correspondence. Alrighty, so there are 7 questions here that you need to respond to, 1 through 7. And I've had a look at this over the past 10 years, and I've come up with my suggested way how you might like to structure your response to this. So let's go now to, just before we go, let me just have a look at these other 2 things. Submission details overview. If you get your submission written up early, and I'm hoping that you might have your submission written up before we go to consolidation week, which is at the end of week 6. If you have your assignment completed before the end of week 6, you might like to submit it to Studiosity to get some feedback. ELAs cannot provide feedback on your assignment drafts because we're marking them. It's seen as a conflict of interest if we provide individual guidance on or individual feedback on your assignments. And then here the assignment criteria. Now this is important, the assignment, especially these first 4 criteria, because this is how I've structured my suggested response to how you can write this up. So the criteria 1 is about the ethical issue and the stakeholders. Criteria 2 is about the correspondence. Criteria 3 is about the application of future work skills. And criteria 4 is your proposed solution. And then you have to identify the strengths and limitations of the solution that you come up with. Alrighty, so that's got all those covered. Let me now take you to the assignment 2 discussion board where I've provided some additional guidance. So let's go to group 18. And if I scroll down here to, well, I don't have to scroll, it's right here, assignment 2 Q&A, and this is where I've provided this additional guidance. Tenure has also provided guidance, so you can watch Tenure's videos here. And here is the guidance that I provided. This in assignment 2 and assignment 3 Q&A discussion, I provided these frequently requested links, and I've also provided some frequently requested resources. Now, even though assignment 2 is not an essay, the teal paragraph structure still applies. So if you want to go into my essay writing guide and look at the paragraph structure, or actually in the student hub, they also have links to paragraph structure as well. So you can find it either in the student hub or you can look at my essay writing guide. There's a reference list for our unit, and that's a link there. These sources, this document here, it talks about different types of sources. We'll talk more about that in the lead up to assignment 3. But probably don't really need that right now. But here's my suggested structure for assignment 2. So if you click on this, those 7 questions that we just looked at are here. So these 7 questions down this side are those same 7 questions from the assignment brief. And what I've done is I've divided them into 4 parts. And this is how I think you might be able to best respond to assignment 2 by writing it up in 4 parts. Part 1 responds to the first 2 questions. Part 2 responds to the 3rd question. Part 3 responds to questions 4 and 5. And part 4 responds to questions 6 and 7. So this is how I recommend or suggest that you start to structure your response to assignment 3. How does that actually look on the page? Well, I've provided a template here in Word. So if you click on my suggested template, you can actually download this template if you like. This is the cover page, which has the assignment name. Oh, by the way, that's how you can save your Word document with your student number, name, the unit number, and the assignment number. But on your cover page, you would include the information you can see here, and I'm going to show you how you can create your cover page. For those of you who watched my session last week on Academic Writer, you will already recognize this cover page from Academic Writer. Just going to zoom out a little bit. And then here is the first page of the actual write-up. And you can see that I've divided this into part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. And then you would write up each of these parts, about 375 to 400 words for each part will enable you to adequately respond to the assessment criteria. If you do not reach the minimum word count, which is 1,350 words, it's unlikely you will pass the assignment. And we highly recommend that you write a minimum of 1,500 words and no more than 1,650 words. But we'll cover that in more detail in the upcoming Collaborate sessions. So this is how it looks on the page. And this is, just finally, you can see I've put in a in-text citation here to the Nursing and Midwifery Board of Australia. And if we go down to page 3 here, you can see my reference list has already begun. And it's got the first reference here, which is that reference that I cited up here in Ethical Dilemma, because you'll all need to find an appropriate professional standards document. When we talk about professional standards, that is a document that might be titled a code of conduct or a code of ethics. Professional standards can be many types of documents, but in this particular case, we're looking for a code of conduct or a code of ethics as a professional standard document that you will cite and reference in assignment 2. And if you don't cite and reference professional standard documents, it can adversely affect your results in assignment 2. So you will need to get onto this probably early, better than later. And that's what I'm going to show you now. So I'm going to close that off. I'll also look just further down here in this. I've provided more information about that suggested structure. I've also suggested some sources that you might like to cite in each part. So in part 1, I recommend citing the professional standard. In part 2, I recommend citing sources from our unit learning materials in week 4. And in part 3, you should cite the Future Work Skills 2020 reading. And in part 4, again, probably citing that same code of conduct and code of ethics that you'll probably also need to cite in part 3 as well. So the code of conduct or code of ethics is going to be appearing throughout your document in each part, except probably part 2. There's a little bit more advice down here as well, but I want to move on now to academic writer, and let's get that document started. We started document 1 last week. Now, I've put a shortcut for myself to the APA guide in the library, but I'm going to go the long way. So click down here on Help, then click on Library. From here, click here on the breadcrumbs, click on Library to take you back to the library homepage, and then scroll down to Referencing Guides, scroll down to APA, Find Out More, and scroll down again to Academic Writer, Try It Now. Last week I showed you how to set up your Academic Writer account. Make sure you use your Swinburne University email address when you sign up for Academic Writer. So to sign in, you click on Welcome and then log in. If you already have an account, it may populate this with your username. If you haven't already got an account, you need to click here on Create an Account, and then you can create your account using your Swinburne Online email address. That way you get Academic Writer for free. Okay, so let's go into write a new paper. Last week we already started with assignment 3, and I'm hoping that you've all written your introduction paragraph for assignment 3. So if you haven't written your introduction paragraph for assignment 3, go back and watch last week's Friday Live video, and you'll see there that I provide some guidance on how you can write your first paragraph in assignment 3, the introduction. But today we're doing assignment 2, which is a completely different type of writing style, because assignment 2 is not an essay. It's a case study. It's answering short answer questions. Now, when you're looking here for which paper you get started on, you'll see that there's case study paper here. Don't click on that because we don't need that. We're just going to use, again, the basic paper style. So click on basic paper and then continue. And here put the title of the assignment, which is, I'm losing my keyboard, assignment 2, communication case studies. That's the title of assignment 2. Something looks wrong there. There we go. Assignment 2, communications, and click on Start Writing. Now, if you watched last week, you'll know that we're actually not going to start writing straight away. I can close that. That's offering me help, but I don't want it. I'm going to go back here to the title page, and I'm going to click on Title because I want to add some more information here. I'm going to add the course number, which is COM 10003. I'm going to add the course name, which is Learning and Communicating Online. And I'm going to add my teacher's name, which is, you can call me ELA Graeme Baker, if you like, here. And then when it is due. And assignment 2 is due on the 1st of January, 2024. So that's a signal that everyone who's expecting to be out on New Year's Eve, make plans to get assignment 2 handed in well early. And I recommend, as I said, getting assignment 2 completed by the end of week 6. Then you have 2 weeks break and you don't have to worry about your assignments. You can submit assignment 2 and then enjoy your consolidation week and holiday week. Okay, so then I click on Save. I actually want to continue to authors because I need to add myself as an author. So here, Graeme, spelt my name with too many letters, and Baker, B-A-K-E-R, and my affiliation is Swinburne Online. Swin, was a big sigh from me. It's because it's warm here. Very warm day today. Swinburne Online. Yes, it's a college or university. I don't need to put in division, and I can just click add to author list, and my name shows up here on the author list. That's all you want to do here. Now I can go on to the body of the essay. Let's just click on the preview first so we can see our cover page is now complete. So it's all fully formatted, corrected, and correctly formatted for APA style. Let's go to the body of the essay now. I'm going to do this fairly quickly because this is taking quite a while. I've already prepared some text here that I'm going to just paste in. I'm pasting it as plain text, and now I'm going to edit it. So that's the plain text, but I can see what needs to be edited here. So just bear with me while I edit this. I want to, that's my heading for this level. Then part 2 will be another section. I need to separate that there. There's part 3 there. You may not have to go through this ordeal, but because I'm copying and pasting from Notepad, I need to do this. And you'll see how this all turns out. Alrighty, I am going to come down one carriage return, as we would say back in the old days with typewriters. And now I want to add heading levels. So your cover sheet is already heading level 1. With the title of the essay there, that's a heading level 1. So here you want heading level 2. So I'm just going to select that heading, and over here select heading level 2. And I'm going to do that for each of these different headings. Heading level 2 again, and for part 3, heading level 2, and for part 4, heading level 2. And it looks like it went back up a little. I'm just going to bring that down because I want that not quite up there as far as that. Okay, so let's have a quick preview of what that's looking like now. Preview. So now we've got our home page, our cover page, and if we go to the next page, we can see that it's all beautifully formatted for APA style here with correct spacing, font. It's looking great. And then you'll add 365 words to each of these three parts, 75 to 400 words for each part. So you need to add a code of ethics here. We're looking at the nursing code of ethics. In the Collaborate sessions, Tanya's using an example for the nursing industry, because nursing is not one that we're covering, so we don't want to teach you how to do one that you're going to be doing. So I'm going to teach you how to do one that's not one that's from the choices, from the industry choices you have. So nursing is not a choice. So I'm going to choose nursing, and I'm just going to quickly pull up the, I've got a link to it already here, the Nursing Midwifery Board professional standards. So this is the website for it. How did I get here? Well, I will show you quickly how I got here. Let's go back to Google. And here I just did a search for Code of Conduct Nurses Australia. And this is how you can do your search for a code of ethics for your area of, for your profession. So here it is here. It's the top return. So I click on professional standards and it takes me in here to the professional standards for the code of ethics. The one that I'm looking for is not immediately here, but let me open that and I've got that somewhere else. Sorry, just one second. I'm still here. I'm just looking for a file. I downloaded the code of ethics before, and I just got to pull that up and show it to you. Resources, Nursing Midwifery Board Code of Ethics. There it is. Okay, so this is that nursing midwifery, and so the information that I'm going to take from here is the Nursing and Midwifery Board is the author. The Code of Conduct for Nurses is the title, and the date is is 22nd. That's the publishing date. So that's the information. I'm just going to pop this off to the side here while I take this back into Academic Writer, and because I'm now going to insert a reference. So I'm going to say here, I'm just going to put any old text. I have examined a code of ethics for nursing. And this is where I want to insert my citation. So I go here, insert, find and cite reference. I need to create a new reference. This is our reference from last week, by the way. I need to create a new reference, and it's taking me into the section where I can find references. Now, a code of conduct is considered a report. I know that because I've been here before, and you find if you go here down to reports, you'll see here a code of ethics. So just click on this. This is the reference type that you're creating. So you're creating a reference type for a code of ethics. Click on code of ethics, and now we can just fill in these details. So the name of the author is the Nursing and Midwifery Board of Australia. The year of publication was 2022. And the title of the publication is Code of Conduct for Nurses. And that's all we need to do. So I'm just going to click on add that to my references, which it's doing. I'm going to say yes, add new reference, and return to paper. And now at this location, I'm going to put a space and then insert, find and cite reference. My reference is now here. So I'm going to click here and create and cite. And I'm just going to click on submit. Don't need to change any of that. And so now my reference is here. So if we go now to the preview, you'll see that we have our cover page. I've started writing my first part here, and I've included a reference, a citation rather, to the Nursing Code of Ethics. And if I go to the next page, you can see that it started writing the reference here, the full reference. So it's all being done for me. That's all I wanted to show you today. And hopefully that's been helpful to you. I'm going to, sorry, I've just got a whole lot of things happening in front of me. Hopefully that information is helpful to you. Again, this was a longer video than I was hoping for. If you have any questions about how to get started on assignment 2, ask in the assignment 2 Q&A discussion, and I'll provide more detailed responses and answers to your questions there, where we can all share our questions and discussions and learn from each other. Thanks for joining me on Friday Live today. See you in the discussions. Bye for now.